In this episode of PowerSports Adventures, we have the UTVs loaded up and we're going camping. Then Matt Anderson from Camp Chef is cooking and serving up some Western-style burgers and chili. Now that's a mouthful. Then we're on our way to Crystal Lake, and who could resist a quick dip? Can you say burr? All this and more coming up next on PowerSports Adventures.
That's a nice little skill.
PowerSports Adventures is sponsored by Starting Line Products, setting the world's performance standards. StartingLineProducts.com, UTV Tech, Power Performance Protection, UTVTech.com. Ryfab, for all your side-by-side accessories, cargo boxes, windshields, and more, Ryfab.com. Bosky, ATV wagons and trailers, world's #1 selling line of off-road trailers. ATVwagon.info and Motosport.com, largest online motorsports parts and accessories. Welcome to another episode of PowerSports Adventures. This week, Meg and I are in western Wyoming.
We've come to the town of Afton, and we're going to show you this western town and some of its unique features. We're going to be going riding to Crystal Lake, and we're going to be camping with a great group. Joining us on this episode is Gail from Ryfab Industries, Matt and his daughter from Camp Chef, and Randy from SSS Off-Road. And you know what, Blake? I think they're ready to go.
Well, let's go. So we're on our way high in the mountains of western Wyoming, just outside the town of Afton. The road for the first part of our adventure is maintained, but that'll soon change as we begin to climb higher. This part of Wyoming is beautiful with lush forest of evergreen trees and natural mountain grasses. Soon we'll turn off the road onto the trail that will take us up to the area that we want to set up camp. This area is a carpet of wildflowers. I'm bringing up the rear behind Matt from Camp Chef, and I have the ATV wagon by Bosky loaded with all of our camping gear, including tents, Dutch ovens, and Camp Chef grills. No problem here, the Bosky wagon pulls and tracks perfectly. We're not far from our campsite and Crystal Lake. It's been a very dry summer and the trail is a little dusty, but that's okay because we're having a great PowerSports adventure. We have arrived and we pull into a beautiful spot under some large pine trees. But before we set up camp, everyone's excited to check out Crystal Lake. It's a short walk to the lake as we cross the creek, up the hill, and across the meadow of wildflowers and natural mountain grasses. This area is breathtaking, and I would encourage anyone to visit this area of big, beautiful Wyoming. And yes, it really does look like the postcard, and it feels and smells even better. Crystal Lake is a high-in-the-mountains alpine lake, fed by waterfalls from springs. You kind of get the feeling you're on sacred ground as you become one with nature. The lake is about 6 foot deep of crystal clear aqua blue water. Wildflowers adorn the sides of the lake in rich abundance and appear to be dancing as they're moved by the high mountain breezes. Today, the breeze is mild as it sends ripples across the water. I couldn't resist cooling off in the water, but remember, this is an alpine lake and the temperature is probably about 40 degrees. Matt and his daughter take off their shoes and decide to check out the water.
That's cool.
And even Razor Dog thinks it's too cold to go swimming in Crystal Lake today.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with lots more PowerSports adventures.
Hi, I'm Gail Ryan with RightFab, and we manufacture windshields and cargo boxes for the Polaris Razor, Canon Commander, and Arctic Cat Wildcat. Just like our windshield, the rear window is safety glass to give you added protection from the elements. As you can see, we've been out riding today and it's collecting the dust, not me. For more information, go to our website, rightfab.com, or call us at 435-753-2655.
ATV Wagons by Bosky are the world's #1 selling line of off-road trailers. They get work done fast, so you have more time to play. Each model has rugged features like 25-inch flotation tires, independent suspension, and high-speed tapered bearings. Whether it's chopping wood, tracking elk, or escaping to your family's off-the-grid oasis, your ATV wagon has the courage to get you there and back. Superior design, components, and craftsmanship guarantee a long and trouble-free life. And because it's Bosky built, you damn well know it's tough.
Welcome back to PowerSports Adventures. This segment is sponsored by Trails West Trailers, the only trailer in its class. Check out the new 2013 Chris Baran edition RPM trailer by Trails West. The RPM trailer is the trailer of choice. Quality and features above the rest. Log on at www.trailswesttrailers.com for all the details or visit your local dealer.
Nice shady spot to camp.
Absolutely. So I can't believe how tough this lid is on this wagon, because this cooler weighs a ton.
Yeah, but we didn't have to hand pack it in, that's for sure.
Well, hand packing it off the top of this is going to be enough.
1, 2.
Got it?
Yep.
Well,
We didn't have to leave anything behind either.
I know. At least we'll have a nice cool one when we're done. Garbage can. Some chairs.
Brought everything I could think of, and there's still room in there.
Absolutely. Looks like we got the fire pit. Yeah, we probably had a few hundred pounds in there at least. Oh, what a beautiful place to camp. We're up here in Smith Fork, Wyoming, and it looks like it's time to get the camping gear out of the RightFab cargo box. Got our camping chair handy right here to sit back and relax and have a drink. We have all of our safety gear, rain gear, blankets, air compressor, tools, first aid kit. All fits easily in the right fab cargo box with a large capacity.
This will fit us all.
Down tarp, huh? Yeah, let's just dump this from the bottom out.
Maggie said you wanted a big outfitter's tent.
Great. All right.
This should fit the bill.
Yep,
This looks huge.
that is. Gonna be nice.
This end will slip.
Razor?
Raise the roof. Looks like a great home to me for the week.
Wow, yeah, this is really big.
Yeah, we should fit easily.
Uh-huh, really nice.
Oh yeah, this is great. All right,
Time to get the kitchen set up.
so the legs just pop down out of the bottom of this. And this one, there we go. I know. Get that one? There you go. Okay. Then we should have.
Waking tree.
Yes, this little pouch on the back. Put our table on that. Just close this back up. Keep all the critters and bugs out of it.
So there's stuff on that.
Yeah, now we'll flip it back around and.
So we get rid of it.
All right.
Nice table.
Yeah. Started level, should work for us. Got all our utensils and gear guides in there. There's our cutting mats. So we should be good.
I know everybody's worked up an appetite. I gotta get lunch going. Get that propane tank set up. Get some burgers grilled up. All I need to grill some burgers is a barbecue box. All right, the best part about these stoves, you drop a barbecue box on, great cast iron grates to sear some wonderful burgers. We're ready for lunch. So the benefit of these Camp Chef stoves is they have 30,000 BTUs per burner. You can turn them down low, simmer with them, but you can also roar them when you need to boil a pot of water. For that purpose, when you light them, you want to just crack open the tank a quarter of a turn before you light it. That way the regulator won't kick it into low flow and regulate the amount of propane you get. So crack it open, turn your gas on, turn your igniter. That burner's ready to go. We're doing a pot of chili in there, so we're going to turn that down on low and let that simmer. On the barbecue box, we want to grill these burgers well, so we're going to turn those up on high, get those lit, then open the tank the rest of the way. Now, a few minutes, we'll have burgers going and chili ready to put on them.
When we come back, Matt from Camp Chef is serving up gourmet burgers smothered with chili. Look at the size of my burger. Now that's what I call camping. But don't go away. You're watching PowerSports Adventures.
From mild to wild, Starting Line products can help with your RZR accessory needs. Heavy-duty front and rear bumper kits, rocker armor, high flow, quiet silencer, secure storage glove box, and side doors are just a taste of the products offered. For a free catalog, call us at 208-529-0244 or visit us online at startinglineproducts.com.
Welcome back to PowerSports Adventures. We are camping in big, beautiful Wyoming. We've unloaded the Bosque ATV wagon, set up the tent, and we're looking forward to a great lunch.
Camp Chef offers a full line of products to allow you to cook better in the outdoors or wherever you're at, your back patio home as well. Today we've highlighted our stove lineup, our 3-burner stove. We have single burner, double burner, and triple burner stoves that you can use anywhere you're at. We had the opportunity to bring these in on the UTVs today, so we brought in the full setup. Today we grilled. You drop a barbecue box on there, you can grill some great burgers. When you're done with that, you can pull that off, drop a pot on to boil some hot cocoa or coffee. We cooked with a Dutch oven today on the stove as well, using our Dutch oven dome and flame tamer. Allows you to cook great in a Dutch oven without the mess of charcoal. The newest item in Camp Chef's lineup is our Sherpa camp table. We give you every way to cook outdoors, but you have a lot of gear you have to bring along as well. These legs collapse up within. The tabletop folds up in a pouch in the back, so it becomes very portable. And inside you have 4 compartments. This one is lined, so you can use it as a sink. You can put ice cubes in it, use it as a cooler as well. Each of these pouches are padded, keeps your gear really well protected on the trail. And if you want, you can pull out 2 and unzip the center compartment to put a stove in there as well. You set it up how you want, how you cook outdoors. Just a great way to take the kitchen along with you. Nothing says camping like a campfire. With a UTV, you're pretty limited in what you can take along. Camp Chef offers a full line of propane-powered fire pits, which fall under fire restrictions, so when there's a fire burn restriction in place, you can still burn this wherever you're at. This is our GC Log Fire Ring. Gives you the way to be able to still have a 60,000 BTU burner. Puts up a lot of heat. You can cook over it, as well as warm yourself on a cool night in the woods. No matter where your next trip takes you, Camp Chef has products to help you cook better in the outdoors. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. You can find us online at campchef.com or any of your local sporting goods stores.
When we come back, we're checking out the town of Afton, Wyoming, and the famous elk antler art. Did you know the world's largest intermittent spring was also here? All this and more coming up next on PowerSports Adventures.
At motorsport.com, we love to ride. From trails to the track, we've got you covered. We stock all the hottest brands in parts and gear, maintain the largest in-stock selection, and offer free 3-day express shipping on orders over $99. Visit motorsport.com and shop with the guys that ride.
Welcome back to PowerSports Adventures. This segment is sponsored by HMK, the world's best snowmobile apparel. Boots, jackets, gloves, and so much more. Visit hmkusa.com. Well, we've arrived here at Afton, Wyoming, and we wanted to find out something about the town. So we were directed to the town council. Well, there's someone I'd like you to meet. This is Hal Tittenser. And Hal, thank you for joining us. You know, coming into town, there was one feature that really stood out, one landmark. Would you tell us a little about that?
Well, we're standing right here underneath the Elkhorn Arch, and I guess it would be considered one of Afton's biggest landmarks. People come from all over to see it. It's the world's largest Elkhorn Arch.
Hal, this thing is humongous. How many elkhorns are in this arch?
There's approximately 3,000 horns in this arch. About every 4 or 5 years they come in and they'll try to refinish the horns and replace some of the horns that have gone bad.
Where do you get the horns from?
As you know, elk shed their horns every year, and we have several feed grounds located in this area, and a lot of the horns come off of those feed ground areas.
Now this really is a very large arch. How far does this go across?
Approximately 75 feet. It's across Highway 89.
Now the Elkhorn Arch is just one thing that people can see here in Afton. I've heard tell you have some type of a spring here?
Yes, we have a freshwater intermittent spring, which is located on the east side of the valley.
Could we take a look at that?
You bet.
So Hal and I take one more stroll under the Elkhorn Arch as we look at the unique western town of Afton. What a fun town to visit. With its frontier and cowboy main street lined with shops and restaurants. It is a great place to spend the day shopping. Okay, we've moved from the Elk Antler Arch and we're here now at the Springs Information Center, Hal?
Yes, that's correct. We're located right here in Afton, Highway 89. We're on 2nd Avenue.
All right, and then we just go right up here, how far?
5 miles up Swift Creek Canyon.
Well, let's go.
Okay. As you look up into the mountains, you see we get a high snowpack throughout the winter. That melts, goes into the ground, which is an underground lake.
So why do they call this a periodic spring?
The periodic spring intermits about every 12 to 20 minutes throughout the year. Basically, that means it shuts off for about 20 minutes and then it starts to flow again for about 20 minutes.
Wow, so this is almost kind of like a geyser.
Periodic spring is North America's only cold water geyser. It is also one of the largest of 3 known functioning springs in the world.
This is the water supply for Afton.
Correct. Since 1958 is when they tapped into the mouth of the geyser. Our water that we get here in the town of Afton never sees the light of day from the time, well, until it comes out of the faucet at your house.
That's fantastic. It must be great water.
It is. We're pretty proud to say we feel like we have the best water source in the world.
After drinking the water, Blake, I can confirm this water is great.
Well, Meg, that's all the time we have for this week.
Yes, but we would like to thank Hal from the town of Afton, Gail from Ryfab Cargo Boxes, Matt and his daughter from Camp Chef, and Randy from SSS Off-Road. And if you'd like to find out more about visiting the town of Afton, Wyoming, please go to aftonwyoming.net. And for information about all of Wyoming, that would be wyomingtourism.org.
And thanks for joining us.